You're listening to KNLY New Waverly, Texas, 91.1 FM, The Boss. It's time to change. If you like country, we play it. If you like pop, we play it. If you like Latin music, we play it. If you like rock and roll, we play it. Because no one does fusion music like we do. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Programs presented are submitted by members of our community and are a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM. The views expressed do not necessarily reflect those of KNLY 91.1 FM, The Boss, and affiliates.
Bring me in, Kara. She did it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She's laughing. You're laughing at me. Hey, everyone. What is today? Today is Tuesday. It is the fun day. It's Tuesday. And why is it? Because, you know, every day on the show, you have Tuesdays is the fun day. I call it the events day, parties, all the things that are happening in the community day. And then Thursdays is all about health and fitness, which is very important, which is superhuman. And then Friday, oh my God, is my day. Because that's when my man comes in and we talk about all the things that are happening around the world, business, things of that nature. But I'm excited because today I'm kind of bringing in someone new, not new to the Woodlands, but new to the studio. Kayleen. Yeah. Kayleen, you're back. And not only are you back, you're going to be kind of being my sidekick on Tuesdays.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, are you ready?
I am ready.
I mean, is this not going to be some fun or what?
It's going to be awesome.
Because the two of us?
Yes.
Crazy.
Every time.
Every time. Okay? So welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks.
I mean, I think, you know, we're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff.
We are, for sure. 100%.
I mean, most importantly, obviously we're going to be talking about events and things of that nature, but we're going to have guests on. Who knows? We're going to be, so get ready is what I want everyone to know, because we're planning a lot of good things, and we're going to make it organic, just like we are natural, and have some fun with it. So I want to welcome you. I'm ecstatic, and everyone out there, get ready. So one of the things we wanted to open it up with this afternoon. You got to help me.
I know.
See, I'm used to.
It feels like the morning.
No, the problem is it used to be 10 a.m.
It used to be. Yes.
So I keep saying morning. So it's got to help me with this. It's 12 o'clock. But anyway, we wanted to kick it off with our event that we're having. You want to tell everyone a little bit? Let me turn it over to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
so,
what we talked about.
So starting September 8th, we're going to actually we're actually going to have this show in the store. So at Cupcakes and Bubbles, we're going to be broadcasting the show at the store. It's going to be great. We're going to be drinking.
No, Kayleen. No, not at Cupcakes and Bubbles.
Right.
Okay, anyway.
So it's going to be our fun happy hour at 2 p.m. September 8th is when we're going to start and kick that off.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about
we're
events.
Virtual.
And,
One of the things, right, that's going on right now is everything is going virtual.
I
mean, you think about how just in our community, and I was going to research the numbers, and maybe you know this, or we can kind of just estimate. Each year in the Woodlands, just alone, let's just speak for the Woodlands, there's probably over, I know it's over 100.
Yeah, of course.
So we're going to at least start with that number.
It's at least
over
weekend,
100 events. There's always another event. And so during this period, everything had to go to just kind of like a standstill. Right. And because of that, people have gone to the virtual. And so we really, Kayleen and I were talking and thought that on the September 8th, we would focus on large-scale events and how to plan those in a virtual world. And you've been hearing people do it.
Oh, for sure. Well, we've had to, there's a lot of charity events that have had to be canceled.
Yeah.
Obviously weddings and events and stuff like that. But mainly what we're going to end up talking about is, how do we still... how are we able to help our community and do our charity events, but being able to do it virtually?
Yeah.
And being able to help them, you have auctions and whatnot. How do we bring that online? So we'll be able to talk about that too.
Yeah, and we'll have a tutorial session, so we'll have some kind of information that you can follow along that we'll send out. So everyone, so first of all, everyone needs to register, okay? That's the most important thing. Everybody get out your freaking cards, get online to www.eventsbycachet.com, if I said it right. Y'all should know how to www. I think I said too many W's. But anyway, go there, click book. Sign up. It's only $50, and literally, you're gonna tell everyone what the giveaway is. We're giving away a complimentary gift. But once you register, your information will go into the database. We'll store it as far as not your card, but your your email and all of that as we have continued events. But then we'll also be able to send to you your tutorial, because we're going to have some fun follow-along stuff that we want everyone to be involved in, and then the giveaway. We'll talk a little bit about your giveaway.
Yeah, sure. Well, we're going to, you can get a gift box, and it'll just be, a mini bottle of champagne.
And we have a
cupcake,
picture of
but-
that. When y'all get
Yeah.
a chance, if y'all can put that up, the giveaway we're going to be giving, the little cupcake.
But for this event to go first, to go live first, it'll be a gift card, so you can get actually whatever you want. So you can use that
wow.
whatever you want.
Nice.
So whether or not it's the gift box or not, it's up to you.
So basically, you'll get a free coupon once you register, be able to go over to Cupcakes and Bubbles and get whatever you want in the store.
Yes, pretty much.
Nice.
So, and then we'll have fun gifts for each of those events that we hold. And then when you do sign up, you'll be able to, you'll be the first to know about things that we're planning in the community, or if we have fun little events at the store or wherever, pop-up shops somewhere, then you'll be the first to know.
Because she's bringing out a great point. We want this to be something that we're building upon. So she mentioned last Tuesday that we want your feedback. We want your input. As we start to do these events and we start to build, you may say, hey, I have this amazing idea. Or if you register and you're in the class and you come up, we want to make this interactive. We want to make this it's kind of a, what would you say? Yeah.
Right. Well, we want to make sure that people are understanding, now that they're having to take now that we're canceling events and, we've had to do virtual events, how do we do the same things that we were doing, and how do we take those offline and
Still
and
have fun.
online maybe to kind of keep those events alive, to keep helping our charity events and our places that really need our support. How can we still help them? But because of COVID, we've had to change some rules, or change how we do things. Right. So that I know has been probably the main thing that a lot of people either, are scared to even do, or they don't even, they just cancel it altogether.
Sure.
And you're going to push it back another 6 months. But no, how do we keep it
relevant?
Relevant.
I mean, because the needs haven't changed, is what you're saying.
Correct. That's right.
I mean, just because COVID, and COVID obviously is a terrible thing, right? Yes. But there are a lot of viruses that are terrible. So we don't want to, the idea is we're going to get through this, and we are getting through this.
And
so go ahead.
I would say, well, how do we keep the things that we care about alive and keep working, and those that help our community? How do we keep them afloat when we don't have these events? It's really, they suffer. So, just thinking about some of the community programs that we have in the area, whether they're helping, certain types of,
children or, cancers or whatever.
Exactly. So how do we keep them afloat? How do we keep, being able to do our part and donate, and so we have figured out a way to bring this online and to really help those communities and those different foundations.
Yes,
to keep
we have.
striving.
So that's going to be the first class, September 8th. So make sure you register for that. And the other thing we're going to be working on, again, all of this is organic, so we're getting things going. We're excited. Is also taking that party to the house.
Yes.
So we now know not only are there goes that hair. Kaylee, my hair will always mess up. You and I are gonna have hair talks. But anyway, so one of the things that we also is the home parties. You know, how many different parties do people have at their house? Oh my God. And then again, people started saying, well, I don't know if I should have this anymore.
Right.
So we've also are going to be teaming up together and giving ideas about different creative ways to have these parties at your home, and you'll get both of us. Yeah. So you're not just getting one wonderful lady, you're getting two that will come out and we will help you kind of plan and collectively create different types of ideas. So, that's the whole idea, right? To kind of keep
Right.
it going.
Yeah.
And
now that, school has started and the fall is approaching
Kids are
us,
back.
it's kind of, even though we felt it yesterday morning, I felt it was a little bit of fall.
thank God, this heat.
But it's going to come back, right?
Yeah.
So we'll have a little bit more heat for the next couple, or maybe a month or two. Or
Yeah.
So. But, with that, people are, going back to school. It's the end of summer.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where we're going to start talking about Halloween parties.
All
here
kinds
soon.
of stuff. So we're going to just stay. So you're going to want to be one of those viewers that make sure you tune in every Tuesday. Because
Yes.
you're not going to want to miss, because what's going to happen is we're going to have a lot of new updates because we're creating this from scratch, which our minds are going to be going and going and going. Kaylee, really quick before we go to break, for
Yep.
people who don't know necessarily a little bit about your background and your story of how you kind of went from corporate to starting this amazing entrepreneurship and who you are, give them a little bit. Yeah,
Yikes. Okay.
sure.
Well, I've been in the oil and gas industry for a good 15 years. I was more in the financial roles, so I was the director of financial planning and analysis and business intelligence. It's probably the longest title ever given to me. No, so I was more into numbers, and I do a lot of business models, and I work with systems in the back end to create dashboards from all kinds of different softwares that are out there. So, but I had a colleague of mine who walked into my office one day and asked if I could do just a little business analysis for his wife. Wanted to buy a cupcake franchise, and right away I was like, nope, it's too saturated, don't do it.
No, that's not for you.
No, don't do it.
Yeah.
But I did it
No.
anyway, and as I was doing it,
Yeah.
my creative side started to getting the better of me, and thought to myself, well, if I was, going to do this, I would never buy a franchise. I'd just kind of do it myself.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, do it myself, figure out how to do it, and bring the best part of the aspect to it. So it's champagne. So I love champagne. I love sweets. And so it was, pairing champagne with sweets. And
Which
stuff.
was a
So,
very cool idea.
thanks. Yeah. So, it kind of
Evolved.
came into itself.
Yeah.
So it was.
And then you put the organic twist on it, which
Oh,
I
yeah,
think is
so-
really nice. I
right.
mean, we need to talk about that. Where can
Right.
you get that?
So exactly. Well, if I was going to do something, and if I'm going to put my name behind anything, it has to be. And obviously, cupcakes aren't good for you, but if you're going to eat one, the ingredients in it should be 100 solid. So for me, it was no artificial anything, no dyes, no nothing. I had cancer once when I was 24.
Okay.
So
Cancer survivor, yay,
yeah,
yay, yay.
cancer
Congratulations.
survivor. So a lot of it, I feel like it was just what I was eating and not knowing what's in my food, right? So, survived from ovarian cancer at 24 and 25.
Wow.
Yeah. So so in my mind, I know that, if I'm going to create something and sell it and give it to other people, I want my kids have to eat this.
Right.
So it has to be 100% organic. So all the ingredients are sourced by me, through me. I've done all the research.
And that's I have to say a quick funny story before we go. I remember when COVID first kicked in and we were on lockdown, I remember seeing a post from Kayleen going, oh my gosh, I'm trying to make sure I get organic ingredients. She put a big post out on Facebook. She says, I cannot cook and do these cupcakes even though we're on lockdown, even though everything else is going on. I've got to make sure, does anybody know where I can get some organic? That's how
Flour.
committed she was
Yeah, well-
to her product and to her name, and I love that. I saw that. I fell out laughing.
So what's important about that too
Yeah.
is that we don't stock up for a month supply,
Fresh. You can't with- yeah, it's fresh.
We get our deliveries 2 to 3 times a week.
Wow.
So we are constantly everything has to be 100% fresh. The berries,
Of course.
every single
I know.
ingredient,
I
right?
cook that way, yeah.
Yeah, so we get our deliveries 2 to 3 times a week, and that was I did not stock up. That was not something that we do.
That's great.
So
That was
we
cool.
had
I
to
saw that post.
we shut down. We had to shut down. It wasn't the
Yeah.
COVID and people not coming in or ordering. It was the not having the organic flour.
I know
Did
that.
not-
So there you
get it.
go.
So
That's
we shut
that's a
down.
commitment we love. Amazing. Well, we'll take a quick commercial. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to vote for the first time? If you're a U.S. citizen, meet your state's requirements, and will be 18 by Election Day, you can vote. But first, you need to register before your state's deadline. check with your local election office. You can register there, or you may be able to register online at the Department of Motor Vehicles or using the National Mail Voter Registration Form. Your election office may send you a voter registration card listing your polling place. On Election Day, that's where you'll go. When you get there, you may need to show an ID to vote. Then, fill out your ballot. If you don't know how, ask a poll worker. If you know you won't be able to get there on Election Day, you may qualify to vote by mail. Remember, voting rules are different in every state. Learn more about voting at usa.gov/voting.
Hello, my name is Dr. Sadaf Javed. I'm a child and adolescent psychiatrist and I see adults also. I've been practicing in the Greater Houston area for the past 5 years and my practice is in the west side of town. In these unprecedented times, it is so important to check in with your mental health. Please pick up the phone and call 832-304-7244 or mycognitivepsychiatry.com and we would be happy to help. Thank you.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
I love it. I love it. I love it, Cara. Cara's got you going over there. She's like, get back on 3, 2, 1, and I'm not ready yet. No, I'm teasing. I better be ready. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to Today with Cachet. It's Tuesday. Who am I? Cachet. It's Tuesday, and I'm announcing today, I'm excited that Kayleen Geyser is going to be co-hosting with me on Tuesdays, and we're going to be talking everything. I say events, but, you know, it's going to be everything, and we'll be inviting guests on. So welcome her, and you'll be seeing more information about that, and you'll want to tune in every Tuesday. So one of the things we were talking about is kind of the new virtual world that we're in. So September 8th, don't forget to register, www.eventsbycachet.com for our first virtual class, which will be focusing on how to do those large-scale events, fun, creative, still, and virtual. But the other thing I wanted to talk about today, or we wanted to talk about today, was outdoor events, right? Everything right now is kind of still being socially distanced, and people are still wanting to do things. So we kind of thought we'd focus today on how to have those outdoor events, both for adults and children.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, so what do you think?
Yeah, now that we're kind of going, getting into the end of summer, we are allowed to have small gatherings.
Yay.
And outdoor is the place to be. I mean, that's the safest place to be. Really, so you need sunlight, you need fresh air. So,
and it's fun, right?
And it's fun.
Yeah.
You need to hang out with friends,
Yeah.
So, and if you are gathering in small groups, a great idea is now that it's starting to have cooler weather, well, hopefully
It's
we're gonna
coming.
have cooler weather.
It's coming. Yeah.
Some great ideas would be to do an outdoor theater movie night.
Yes.
And if you
Kara, pull up some pictures on that too. I love that. We had some pictures on that. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we have, you could, for little kids, you could set up a little screen outside. And better yet, if they're little, you could have them make their own box car out of a cardboard box where they could sit in, and they're sitting in their own car.
That's so cool.
That's so cool. They kind of stay in their own box. You can social distance them.
No, it's really great.
Yeah.
I love that because you can do the big screen, and that's one idea up there where there's small individual. But to your point, you can have multiple.
Yeah. Each kid is sitting in their own box. And number one, it's a cardboard box. Like, kid doesn't want to sit in a cardboard box.
And again, these are cost-effective ways.
Yes.
These are things you think about your backyard or someone else's yard or whoever. Mm-hmm. It's cost-effective.
Yes.
Use your own environment.
Yep.
Use your cardboard box. Be
have
creative.
Them make it the day before or something. The kids are having fun making their own cardboard box car.
I love that.
And they can sit in it and watch the movie.
Great idea.
And you could do s'mores bars.
Yeah, that one had pizza.
Yeah.
Like if you have one of those pizza ovens or you want to create pizzas out, those kind of things for kids, hot dogs, whatever.
Yep. And, going into that, we talked about doing a salty watermelon party.
I know. I love that idea.
So what's great about that, for me, I'm a sweet and salty person. When I go to the movies, if I'm going to do popcorn, I have to also buy a bag of M&Ms, and I have to put the M&Ms and the popcorn together.
So you like that trail mix, I bet, that has like the salt and sweet. Okay.
It has to be sweet and salty.
Okay.
But, we talked about having a theme around like salty watermelon. There is a salty watermelon vodka.
Wow.
which is amazing. So, serve that up with, we talked about doing, I told her earlier, I hate tomatoes.
I can't believe it. I'm learning that.
I don't like vegetables. I don't do vegetables.
Okay, well, you're
right?
going to, yeah, I didn't know vegetables at all. I realized,
Yeah,
interesting.
no, it's,
Okay.
so I have taken everybody's classic, like everybody loves the tomato.
Oh,
and
the caprese stuff.
mozzarella cheese and basil and
Love that.
the balsamic vinegar. No thanks, not for me. I
Not
know
happening.
It's like the most popular appetizer ever, but I can't do it. So for me,
Yeah, what do
I've
you do?
traded out the cheese, and although I do like the cheese, but I can't do the
You can't do the
tomatoes.
mozzarella. Okay.
Yeah,
I love that. Yeah.
So for me, taking watermelon, cutting it up to squares. So you do a watermelon
Instead of a
square
tomato, she
instead of a
does
tomato,
watermelon. Okay.
and then do feta cheese instead of
Wow.
mozzarella cheese. So feta
Wow.
cheese, cut them into squares, and then put your basil leaf on it. Put another watermelon square, skewer it up, and put it in balsamic vinegar. It's amazing.
Wow.
It's really cool. Yeah,
well,
it's
so
good.
basically, and Cara, put up the, I have
cute.
a photo, I think, one of those that has kind of a outdoor lua or whatever that kind of, I don't remember what it, anyway, one of those pictures.
Yeah.
But to
I
your
was gonna say,
point,
there is a
there it is.
picture.
Yeah, so to your point, have a theme, okay?
Yeah.
Be creative.
Yes.
Is what you're saying,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
utilize your own backyard. Okay, go
Right,
ahead.
and
Yeah.
you can utilize things that you have. So even if you do, let's say, salty watermelon is your theme. Not everything has to be. You don't have to go out and buy watermelon plates or whatever. Like if
Break
it's
it
a
up.
pool party. Oh, there it is. There's the watermelon picture. So use the.
Those are so pretty.
Yeah, and they're fun and they're good and they're that great amount of salt and
Sweetness.
But
Perfect.
if you, let's say for example, you throw in some red towels for a pool party,
Right.
that's, and whatever colors that you have at your house, if they're, red and green or whatever kind of
Sure.
mix, you don't necessarily have to go
And
out
really, they could switch out. If someone says,
Yeah.
I don't want watermelon, pick another fruit, pick another but
Yeah.
obviously watermelon, I think, I love with the watermelon, not only does it aesthetically look good,
Yes.
it has that, I bet, combination with that balsamic.
Right. Oh, it's
Yeah.
amazing. And it's summery.
Yeah, and it's summery. I was going to say, yeah.
So it's really great. You could throw on top of that, instead, like if you have cupcakes, and of course, we provide cupcakes.
Sure.
But, put little of those like drink umbrellas on top of them.
Which is
It
great.
makes it really, really
Which
cute,
is great.
festive.
Yeah.
It goes with the
Get
end of
creative.
summer
Get creative.
theme.
Yeah.
So, and it doesn't have to be crazy expensive, or even if you want to go out, even like it looks like you did
Right,
a lot and you spent
right.
a lot.
Well, presentation is key.
Presentation is always
And
key.
I've always learned this. It goes back to that the decorating or design or gift giving or whatever closet.
Yes.
Dig out.
Yes.
Chances are you have some bowls or some, accessories. Wouldn't you agree
Yes.
that you just open your cabinet, start digging,
Yep.
and start creating, and stop always thinking, oh my gosh, I've got to go do something. I got to go buy.
Right.
Create with what
Yeah,
you have.
that's
I
right.
think that's
right.
a huge thing.
Yeah. And and if people are worried about going over to somebody's house and you're doing social distancing, have different areas of your yard, or use different areas of your yard to have different
Sure.
games or something.
Well, to your
or-
point, pull up there, Cara. We have a picture of where there are picnic sections
Yes.
where someone did picnic. So the first one up there to the left, you could have 4 or 5 different little blankets
Yep.
stationed in your backyard and do
Absolutely.
like a picnic party.
Yes,
And
yes.
there's 2 people per,
Yeah.
things like that, or the little boat. I mean, what would you say to
Yep.
that? Those kind of things. Yeah.
And as far as, now that it's fall,
Yeah.
get the barrels of hay. They're super inexpensive.
Yep.
And then throw a blanket on top of that. And
Yeah.
that's chairs, easy chairs.
Right.
And then it's fall themed, and, you can use it with your Halloween decorations and,
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so, you can do, the things that you could do are never ending.
And I think
So-
the other thing is, if you are a little confused or you need tips, and that's where we do come in. We want to, give us a call,
Yeah.
reach out to us, because sometimes for some people they can say, I have all the things, or, I've done different ideas and I'm just stuck. And that
Right.
can happen.
Right.
No one's necessarily saying that, all the ideas come to your head, but that's where we can come in and say, hey, let's all sit together.
Yeah.
Let's have, a glass of champagne.
Yes.
Let's have, some time together and help you plan some different ideas
Right.
that you may not be thinking, because there's so many different possibilities when
Right.
you stretch yourself there.
Right, exactly. And, and balloons are great. They're usually an inexpensive type of deal. And now you just have to be careful when it's out. If you're having balloons outside, they will pop.
They will pop. I hate that sound. It's the most scariest thing, a balloon popping, but go ahead.
Especially when it hits the grass.
Yes.
But you have those big oversized balloons.
You do,
use
right?
a couple here and there. You can put those in the middle of your picnic tables.
Yeah.
And they're beautiful. They're really, it makes a statement. They're inexpensive.
Right.
And it just adds that extra party element to
and the other things I guess we have to think about is if you're having an outdoor party, think about timing. If it's going to be a hot day, maybe you want to have it more toward the evening.
Correct.
If umbrellas, make sure you have umbrellas out. Consider the elements that you're having, right? What would you say to people that some of the things they need to think about versus if it's indoor versus outdoor?
Right.
Yeah. Weather, obviously.
Weather, right. But yeah, fans. Fans are huge.
Especially here.
Exactly. So, usually when we have outdoor events, we always make sure we have like those pop-up tents or the umbrellas, fans, anything that can kind of rescue you from the heat. I mean, even if you have a pool, the pool... when it's super, super hot, your pool is hot.
Well, yeah, one of the things I talk about also is, bringing the inside and outside together.
Yes.
My next house is going to have I want those glass doors that just slide from one end to the, talk about that, like how you can bring the inside to the out.
Yes.
And vice versa.
And I am right there with you. We just traded out.
Let's talk about so she and I. Okay, now we're going to make this the designing home show.
Yes,
okay,
right, exactly.
Let's talk about it.
Well, we've been remodeling our lake house for 10 years now, 5 years.
Not 10, just 5.
We just put in those bifold doors.
Did you?
Yeah,
okay, no way. You got to talk to me about that. I didn't know that.
They're wonderful.
Okay.
They are wonderful. Although, I had this idea of, when we had my daughter's friends over for her birthday party last weekend, my idea was we were going to open all the doors open and, have this inside-outdoor deal. And then we just realized it's too hot.
It's still too hot.
It's too
yeah.
hot. All the kids were out there swimming and all the adults were inside.
Yeah.
But,
So timing again. Timing and weather.
Timing and weather, right. So even though we did it towards the end of the day, it was still very
steamy.
brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fall, winter.
So, yeah, timing is everything. But yeah, having the doors all open and being able to walk in and outside is really cool. So I'm excited to actually have a party when the weather's nice.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And then
I think the idea of what we're saying to everyone out there is use your home.
Yes.
Right now, if you're so socially distanced and you're thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Start to be creative in your own backyard.
Yes.
Use your own home.
Yes.
And there's so many little different things. We are open to kind of help you. These are the things we love to do.
Right.
So give us a call, and we'll team up, come out, sit with you, talk about some of the most amazing things I think happen when you're just organically or sitting down and someone says, hey, what about this or what about that, and coming together and creating different ideas.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, if you don't have enough time or you have this vision and you just don't know how to get it done, we'll figure it out.
Look at her. Did you see that look on her face? I got this. I got this. We're going to take another quick commercial. We'll be back and we'll talk some more.
Hi, my name is Dr. Willie Villarreal. I'm a board-certified family nurse practitioner, doctor of nursing practice, and owner and founder at Core Sports Health here in Conroe. At Core, we take a root cause functional medicine approach to help you achieve your optimal health and vitality. If you're suffering from any of the following symptoms, we can help you through a comprehensive treatment plan that includes diet and nutrition, exercise and activity, hormonal balance, and stress reduction. For an appointment, please call us at 936-441-2673 or visit us online at coresportshealth.com. Thank you and hope to see you soon.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY.
Turn on your glam today.
91.1
The Jenna
FM.
Klein collection is here, elaborated with natural products. Give yourself a compliment with our organic lip glosses in more than 15 shades. With the Jenna Klein lip gloss collection, you can hydrate your lips and keep that glamorous look that you need. Turn on your glam. Visit jennaklein.com. And don't forget our skincare collection with natural ingredients that will improve the skin's appearance and prevent visible signs of aging. We have everything you need to achieve smooth and vitalized skin. jennaklein.com. Turn on your glam today.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
Welcome back. Yes, it is. It's Today with Cachet. It's Tuesday. Kayleen and I, Cupcakes and Bubbles, we are here in the studio. We're talking all about events and parties and all the good stuff. And today we're focusing it on outdoors.
Yes.
How to utilize your own home, your own backyard with the two things, social distancing and as well as just the fact that it's summertime and I know it's hot, but there's ways around it,
Yes.
right? And then we're
Yes.
going into fall. So
Yes.
you had some more. We're listening to Kayleen. Kayleen's got some great ideas. So you were going to say you were going to keep talking.
I've done
keep-
all the kinds of
you-
parties.
Okay, let's do it. Keep talking.
Yeah, no. Well, so, with this whole summer thing too, some of these, I know people, a fun way to kind of invite guests over to your end of summer bash,
Okay.
maybe. If you have, those little beach balls,
Yes,
you can get
okay.
at the store. Anyway, so what's fun is that you can mail, right on the ball, the party details, date, time, when.
I
blah, blah, blah.
love that.
And then you mail them to people and make them blow it up so they can read the details. So
Okay, say that again. That's a cool thing to do.
Yeah. So basically, you take a beach ball. That's
Deflate it.
deflate it.
Don't mail out the one inflated. It's
No,
not going to
no.
go anywhere,
And
probably.
write permanent marker. Write your event details
love
on
that.
the ball so that when the people get it, they mail it to them, and when they get them in the mail, they have to blow up the ball to see what's the details. So it's kind of cute. It's hey,
I
it kind
love
of sets
that.
the tone
It's being creative.
for your party. It kind of gets them.
Gets them excited. It gets
Exactly.
people going, oh my God, I want to go to
Oh my
this.
God, this is really cool.
And see, again, it's
Yeah.
the details.
Yes.
I love that. It's
Yes.
the little details from the beginning.
Yeah, and it's cheap. Oh my goodness, you're not spending a fortune on paying for invitations, or I know everybody.
Well, I'm sure you
do
get those little
online
balls probably at
invitations.
the dollar store.
Yes.
If you wanted to,
yes.
like 20 of them at the dollar store.
You probably do Oriental trading. You get,
Or online.
20 of
Oh
them
my
for, like,
gosh.
$1.
Oh my God, online.
I don't know. Yeah. So, so that's easy. It's cute. It's fun. It already sets the mood, gets them in the mood, and your party hasn't happened for another 2 to 3 weeks, right?
And everybody's wanting to
So,
come. Yeah.
Yeah. So that kind of gets everybody ready to come, and
Yes.
then and then you kind of go from there. But
No, I love that. I love that. And,
Right.
again, and it's creating that mood, set the stage and then have a theme.
Yep.
Start it from, basically what she's saying is start it from the minute the invitations go out.
Yes.
Don't wait for the person to walk through the door. Sometimes people say, well, the theme or the red carpet, it all begins the minute they walk through the door. No, it can begin
Yeah.
the minute you actually put the invitation out there and how
Right.
creative you are.
Yeah.
And there's so many different stuff
Right.
out there.
Well, because you want people you want to make a statement, number one.
Okay, statement.
Right? And because the reason is because you don't want them to forget in the meantime of the time they got the invitation to when the party is, because you want to give enough time
Yeah.
for people to make sure that they put it on their calendar and they plan it, but you also don't want them to forget about it.
That's a huge point. I want to take a moment to do that because a lot of times I've always hear this from everyone, and it's a common thing. People say, "Oh my gosh, I sent out the invitations, or I sent out an email, or whatever it may be, and I've got this many RSVPs, but then no one shows up, or you have 10 people show up versus the 40." And a lot of, I'm not saying it's always because of this, but I think you bring out a good point. How much did you draw them in? Because I know if I get an invitation in the mail, or an email versus a beautiful hand or something that was designed, I may get the email and I say okay, but it may not. A week may go by and I may change my mind. Well,
You may have gotten a better offer.
there you go. Okay, put it on that. Say it, Kaylee. You just nailed it. I may have gotten a better offer. You gotta woo me. You gotta woo me. Okay.
Yes, yeah, 100%. Like,
love that.
I am busy 24/7. Like, I am with the kids and school and running my
Yeah.
own business and helping my husband do his business.
Yeah, yeah.
Just, and remodeling the house. Like, it's just never ending. So
Sure.
for me, I maybe it's a Friday night, and this is going to sound really lame.
Don't say it.
But by the time Friday comes or Saturday comes,
Yeah.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
And it may be I need a bottle of wine and a movie.
I was about to say, where's your PJs, your champagne, and your cupcake?
Yes. I'm gonna lay on the couch or lay in bed and watch whatever. Because
No.
I'm done.
But if you had a certain invitation,
Right, but
yeah.
if I have this, really cool invitation that looks so much fun, I'm just gonna be like, oh my gosh, yes, no, I'm gonna make sure, I'm gonna prepare my week that ahead of time to make sure that I'm not exhausted by the time I go, because I know this is gonna be fun. I know it's it's people I want to be with
Yeah.
and celebrate with or whatnot, right? So
I love that, which basically put the time and the effort. If you're going to host something,
Yeah.
and you said it earlier when we opened the show, and you put your name on something, don't get lazy with it. And this goes for anything. You think it's just a party, and people say, well, it's not like it's work. It's not like it's in my... No, you know what? It is an extension of you.
Right.
You're inviting people to your home.
Yes.
You're creating that is a huge thing, and people need to take that more seriously, which leads us to our next point, planning.
Yes.
So let's talk a
Yes.
little bit about that.
Well, I always love to say, make the most out of your planning so that you can actually enjoy your champagne.
Yeah, how many
like,
times?
Have everything done and dusted so by the time guests are arriving, you are not still working, you're not still worrying, you're not still running around. You may do that because you want to talk to everybody and ask everybody what they want to drink, but at the same time,
That doesn't look good.
no, enjoy your party. Drink your champagne. Drink your whatever you have. Your watermelon vodka drinks.
And you're speaking to me right now.
Yeah,
No,
so-
that's me. I'm that. Yeah, I'm the one that's like, I want everything. Oh my gosh, did that spill? This needs to be clean. It needs to be as perfect
Yeah.
as the magazine while the party's going on. No,
No. As soon as it starts,
Okay.
don't worry about any of those
Okay.
things. Those things are going to happen, and
Yeah.
you just can't. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Just start drinking.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Okay. I love her solution. No, I'm joking.
No,
Okay.
you have to enjoy it. Otherwise, what's the point?
Right,
What's
right.
the point?
No,
You know?
and I think that's the point in your own home. You know, you probably can say you go out to if you're planning an event, as we're talking event planners here. It's one thing. You're so caught up. You're behind the scenes. That's different.
Right.
You don't want to be sitting having a drink while you're the event planner at a big to-do, art and
Right.
fashion. If I would have been at the back
Right.
going, yeah, you can't do that. But at your home,
Right.
that's where you need to change and take your hat off.
Yes.
Is what you're saying.
100%. Because at that point, it doesn't really matter what happens. Everybody's there to have a good time. They came for you. They came for basically they came to the event because it's you.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
enjoy it with them. Otherwise you just miss you just had a party for everybody else. You
Right.
didn't have a party for yourself.
Right.
You didn't get to enjoy it.
Yeah,
So-
and I think and to say this to people, we all fall victims to that. So it's not, slap your hand and keep going on, whether it's a holiday, whether we all fall, but
Right.
find a way to balance as much as you
Right.
can.
That's right.
If that means take a seat and don't worry about, giving additional slices or, let people kind of do for themselves. I
Yeah,
think, and
absolutely.
be their own guests and
Yeah.
truly enjoy them, make it their home.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Make sure that
Yeah.
you have different, like maybe drink stations or, you have one of my favorite parties I think I did
Okay.
was, we had candy, cupcakes, and beer.
Oh, wow.
I'm
Let's
a
talk
beer
about
person
this.
too, so-
Cupcakes and beer. I like this. Okay.
So that's why we sell beer at the shop too. And have like different, get those big old, I don't know, those galvanized buckets.
Yeah, those
or
pretty,
whatever.
galvanized. I love them.
You can go get them at the home store or whatever for $5 or whatever. But anyway, you can put all your beer, put all the beer in one.
Okay.
Put all the kids' drinks in another. Maybe put waters in another.
Yeah.
So you have different stations there, helps social distancing. You allow the guests to help themselves.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about always running back to the refrigerator to get them or asking people what they want to
I
drink.
have a quick question for you, in your
Sure.
opinion. So what would you say to the size number of an event at home where it needs to go from you preparing the food, to your point, and running around and doing it, to where you need to have it catered? Where's that cutoff number? Because I think a lot of people sometimes think, well, they've got 30, 40 people. That may be too much for you just to think you can still host that by yourself. To hence is why you're running around and
for
not.
sure.
Yeah, you know where I'm going.
100%.
Okay.
So, if you're going to have a small gathering and it's just maybe a neighborhood party or it's just your closest friends and you guys are just getting together, ask somebody to bring their favorite dish. Ask them to bring their own stuff so you don't have to worry about it. And
I need
then-
you to bring some towels. I need you to bring some napkins. I need you to bring me some milk, by the way, because I ran.
Right,
I love that. No, I agree.
Well, what's cool is that if it's a great recipe and or if you want to ask them ahead of time, hey, oh my gosh, I love your, I don't know,
Yeah.
whatever salad.
Yeah.
Can you bring that?
Yeah.
And then if you tell your friends,
They love
you
that. They
absolutely
actually love
it,
that.
They love it, right? They're like, oh my gosh, yes, absolutely. I want everybody to have it. But then also say, hey, maybe can you actually write the recipe down on a card or something, and then people can go by and take a picture of the recipe with their phone.
Oh, how cool.
And then that way they can take it home if they enjoy it so much. But if you're not going to ask them to do that, then yes, if you're gonna have
More than, what would you say?
I would say 30, 40 people.
Yeah.
That's when you overdo it trying to do it yourself. You know, do the Chick-fil-A for the kids, or, you know, go to a barbecue place. Everybody loves barbecue. Have a barbecue night
Yeah.
or a barbecue day. You know, something that's easy, something that's, you know, that you can kind of grab and go and
Yeah.
it can sit. So, you know, but yeah, definitely 30 to 40 people.
Yeah, I would think so, because, you know, it starts to get too much. Decor. What else do you have? We're talking about some decorations. How important?
You know, well, it depends on the time of day, right? So if you start, like, now that we're trying to get out of the heat, and maybe it's you want to do a night or starting to do
Yeah,
evening,
evens would be great.
lights are
I
important.
love those lights. I was
Yes.
just, Conrad, yes, Conrad knows. I saw this. This would be cool. This would be great for your
Yes,
idea
that's
about the
huge.
galvanized. Yeah.
Yes.
But anyway.
So that's huge. I love that drink station. And that looks like it's fairly easy to put together.
Okay.
And you don't need those. Obviously, somebody either made those tables or bought
Oh,
those
but
tables.
wait,
but
wait. Can I cut real quick you off and say that
Yeah.
you also are a lady that will create and build your own things from scratch as well? Kayleen will make that bar station for her party.
I would. I don't know if anybody went to the.
Yeah, you want to tell your story? Yeah.
Well, the Woodlands.
Which one?
Wine.
Wine Women Walking, or which one? The Wine Tour Walking one.
Yeah, I cannot remember.
One of them. We have so many
Taste,
events.
Taste of the Woodlands.
Taste of the Woodlands.
Sorry.
Okay.
And so, yeah, our booth, we had, it was 10 foot by 8 foot. No, it was 20, I think it was 20 by 8. Anyway, or 20 by 10. But I made my own backdrop. And
Say it
so-
again. She made her own backdrop.
Yes.
For the
And
event. She-
What's awesome about it is, well, I'm not an engineer by any shape, whatever, but I can build things. So we made this wall to where it was in 2 pieces, and my vision was it has to be where 2 girls can put it up and take it down.
Okay.
So it was easy. So, no, it's a champagne wall. So it's got the greenery, and then it has all the spots for all the champagne. So you could put the champagne in and whatnot. And so usually what I like to use for it is if nobody is going to get their own glass, I'll just put in some apple juice and just have it staged.
Okay. So that's a very good
Because
point.
it's-
No, that's a
yeah.
very good point.
So then
Staging.
It's staged, and you don't have to worry about, number one, the champagne getting hot.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry
Dropping.
and then you don't have to worry about getting the glass and serving it and putting it up there, and then, because that's the other thing, right? You want it to be, it's got to be cold.
Yeah.
So you don't know when people are going to arrive, unless they're all arriving at the same time, and you know they're going to come and grab the glass and leave. But if you're going to have the wall standing, it's more for looks
Yeah, yeah.
than it is for usefulness.
But again, so yeah, being creative, not necessarily like her being able to saw and cut wood and make something. I can't do that. But at the same time, that level of creativity is important.
I
Decorations are
wouldn't say I
important.
did it gracefully. Just
Well,
say that.
yeah. Well, we didn't have to. Yeah, but the point is,
Yeah.
you've got to step out of the box. You've got.
Yeah.
I love a wine wall. Who
Yeah.
doesn't love that? Walking into a party in the backyard with the lights
Yeah.
in the evening
Yeah.
and seeing a wine wall at the back or a bar station like that. Who doesn't love that?
Yeah, and what's really cool too is if you have a pool and you don't, some of those light balls for the pool, they become very expensive. But you know what? You can put lights. You can go get those LED lights, blow up a balloon, stick it in there, and then throw it in your pool.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it does the same thing. So
That's
there
so
are,
good.
and you wouldn't even know
You wouldn't
that, and then you can throw it away at the end of the day. You don't have to store them someplace.
Right.
And that's my biggest thing is storage. We don't have any storage ever.
Right.
So, so I like to use things that either I can compact down and
Sure.
store and reuse again, or with the balloons, just toss them.
Right.
So
Right. So there is a method to creating an event.
Correct.
There's a lot of dynamics that go into it, and we'll talk more about that if you
Yeah.
register and sign up at our
Yeah.
class. But what you're saying about how because they don't just all come out.
Right.
At the last minute,
Yeah.
there's a lot of dynamics and balls that you have to juggle in order
Right.
to do it.
And another thing with the balloons, you don't have to throw them in the pool. You can put helium in them
Yeah.
and string them up, and then stake them to the ground.
Oh, how cute!
With the lights in it. So then you've created your own light path someplace, or
Right.
you've just got them randomly put in your yard. It's very pretty.
I love that.
So, so there's a lot of things that you can do. Just very
Awesome.
creative. Yeah.
Well, look at this. We're learning all kinds of things. This is day one. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going to take another quick commercial. We'll be right back.
started as a dream. When I was a little kid, I always wanted to have my own restaurant, and it was a dream that finally we had the opportunity to build it here in the Woodlands, and I'm so happy with it.
It's a really authentic Italian food. I try to maintain the most original possible. It's very important. Every day I make my fresh pasta.
Chi mangia bene, mangia italiano. Please come and visit us.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
Hi everyone, this is Chef Laurent. I'm the owner of Taste of Paris, a catering company for seniors. If you want to know more about our services, give us a call at 832-415-7374 or visit our webpage at laurentvalsculinary.com. Thank you.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
And welcome back to the show. You know where you're at. You're watching Today with Cache and Kayleen. We're talking all about parties and events, and really how to have an outdoor.
Yes.
We're having some fun. I'm learning some great things from you today. Everyone is. So we were speaking about backyard. We were talking about some cool little ideas and things you've done. One of the big things that's happening now that we want to speak about is election time.
Yes.
It's coming. It's coming. It's all over the news. So I threw out a couple of pictures, Cara, that you can pull up. Register, yes, be sure you look at the little note down there. Make sure you're registered to vote and get out there and vote. But one of the things, a couple of pictures, is to have some election parties.
Yes.
Outdoor election parties in your backyard. You want to speak on some different ideas maybe people can do? Kind of some of the same stuff, I'm sure, but, you know.
And especially, what's nice about Texas, well, maybe not.
No, we're biased. And what's nice about Texas, our Texas, yes.
is that in November, we're hoping for good weather.
Yeah.
I mean, every once in a while,
Pretty
it's
much,
great
yeah.
hats,
We
we'll
can
have
count
a
on
hot
November usually, yeah.
But usually by the time November comes, it's nice,
It is.
So it is nice to have, to be outdoors, and that's where, you can come, maybe that's instead of doing, you could just focus on the election, but have a debate party if you're watching the debate.
You can have some. I love it. I was going to say lead up. We can start having stuff now.
You can.
Go ahead.
You
Yeah.
can,
Look at that one. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can bring the maybe set up the theater outdoors.
Love
or
it.
Put like a sheet up and whatever. If you can broadcast it outside, then do that, and just. I know it's a.
Well, no. Here we're saying this. Get engaged.
Yes.
Here's what I want the community to do, and the world to do, is to get engaged. Right. Get serious. Get with it. We've got some. This is serious, and we want to make sure that have some fun with it.
Yeah, and
make it inviting because it is a
Right.
serious point. It is a serious topic.
It is.
But make fun, have fun with it, and enjoy it, so that you do get people engaged to want. Okay.
You want to not necessarily want to talk, discuss all who's on what side or whatever, because you don't want it to be a terrible party.
Okay.
But what do you want?
So you just invite everybody that's on your side.
Yes.
That's how you get around that. I'm just joking.
Right.
And then you bring the ones who aren't.
You just before you get the RSVP, you just check the box who they're voting for, and
There you
then
go.
you say you can only come if you're voting
Here's
for.
a cool little invitations that go up.
Yes.
You pick which one, and then have only one name. Pick which candidate you want.
Have two parties, and the people that pick the one side
there you
are only
go.
supposed to come on this date, and then the other people.
I
come
love
on
that.
another date.
And then you
Yeah.
have the converting party, and then you have the regular party.
No, but what's great about it is, it's not necessarily about
Seriously, yeah.
or who you're going to vote
Right,
for.
right.
We want to promote just voting in general.
Okay. I love that. Let's talk about that. Yes, good point.
There's so many people who believe I'm not going to vote because it doesn't matter.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, a lot of people talk that way. You hear
Right.
that. You hear that.
and whether or not people are more for one party or another, they always say, well, I'm such and such, and I feel like they're going to win anyway. So what does it matter?
Right.
What does my vote matter?
That's the biggest mistake.
Right, and it does matter. It's huge, and so it's one of those things that I wouldn't have a party to talk about who or try to sway somebody one way or the other.
Right.
But it's mainly to just get people excited to vote.
Right.
To talk about how important it is, and it would just be fun to have that theme because it is election year.
Yeah.
We should be.
And also the idea of being proud of your country and
Yes.
supporting your country. The
Right.
theme is a couple of things. I mean, it's
Yes.
one, it's about
You only get to do this every 4 years.
right.
So it's not like you can do this every year.
Right.
Right. So have fun with it.
Right.
It's kind of like having an Oscars party, but you're having an election party.
I love that.
So yeah, just you can theme it out. Maybe you do have a couple of games.
Yeah, have some games with it. Have some
Yeah,
little fun with it. If you're gonna go there.
Right.
I think what I'm hearing Kayleen say is don't make the party about what side, what position you're on. Make the party about get out and vote, support and be behind the your country, and make sure that you represent it, you love it, and you
Yeah.
support it.
And maybe,
yeah.
as you're doing your drinks or your dishes or whatever, name it after some of the party.
Presidents, former
Yeah.
presidents, all kinds of things. Be
Right.
creative.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you can get really creative
Yeah.
with that,
Yeah.
and then just kind of maybe have some games geared to each party, you
Yeah.
know, or
not.
not,
But the whole idea, I think, is it
Have
is
a
this,
dunking ring and make somebody wear each of their
Okay.
masks so they can
or pop some balloons, red ones and blue ones, whatever you want. Yeah.
Whichever, right,
Yeah.
you know,
Just
but-
but have some fun with it.
Right.
Because it is that time, and we definitely want to, like you said, register, get out, vote, do your thing.
And it's another way to kind of get engaged and have friends over. you
Yeah,
know, and
it's another way to have another party. It's another excuse.
Yes.
Create that theme, plan it out, perfect time, have some fun with it. The other part that I wanted to was the children. We spoke a little bit about the
Yes,
kids,
we did.
but I wanted to show Cara the picture. So again, you could speak on these. There's karaoke out in the backyard with the kids. There's painting. Those actually were like lined up across the fence. All those little,
Yes. So,
canvases. Yeah.
Depending on the age, I mean, there's something for every age group. You
Yeah.
know, obviously, your top left. I mean, that is so cute and such a great idea to do for little kids.
Right. With
you know,
cupcakes.
right. And but towards your bottom right, that's maybe for older kids, or you have a board game at different of the different table sections, or you'd have different games. So you can kind of gear it to the age group, really. So yeah, you can.
And then the tent. It'd be cool if you had those little, what is it, like a teepee tent? You had stage in the backyard. So if you had 4 kids over and you kind of put them out there in the backyard, or even if you had it as a little lunch.
Yeah.
It wasn't a sleepover, but
Yeah.
it was a little lunch date, and they came in the backyard, and each one of them had their own, Again, the mind and the ideas of creativity are endless. And not that you can always find them yourself, but that's where
Right.
Kayleen and I come in,
That's right. Yeah. Yep, exactly. And
Yeah.
And again with kids, you could do. I know we talked about the sandwiches. So,
yes?
we've
Oh,
got,
did we do the croissant sandwiches? Let's look at those.
So those are fun.
Look
oh my
at
gosh,
those.
right?
Those are so cute.
You could do now. I did not put them together. Like they're not.
I bet those have
attached.
no tomatoes on them.
No tomatoes. No tomatoes. No, but you can do peanut butter and jelly. You can do tuna
it's
fish.
so cute.
You can
They're
have
so cute.
different.
They're little crabs.
Yeah,
They're so cute.
You do different, and the kids. Oh my God, the kids love them. They think they're so funny. And
Yeah.
since it's summer, and summer reminds me of seafood and crabs and lobsters and whatnot. So. Yeah, it's a really cute summer fun food for the kids to enjoy, and then they get some fruit with that too, and vegetables.
Right. No, again, it's the creativity. It's having stuff to be
Yes.
creative about. And I'm
Right.
assuming those are those little mozzarella
Yeah,
balls with
uh-huh,
with the
yeah.
black olives.
And your kids usually won't eat those; they can just pick them off. But at least they have the sandwich
Sure.
and their fruit and their carrots, and it's so super simple. So yeah, keep it simple. It looks like you slaved over it all day.
Yeah.
and you really didn't.
Yeah, no.
It takes very little time to put that together.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And were there any other little things you want to say today? Otherwise, I was going to go ahead.
No, I think we've got it all. Yeah, I mean, those are everything that's come to mind.
Yeah.
For
But so the real idea here, I think, for today is to kind of take your backyard,
Yeah.
take your own home, now that you're at home or you're socially distancing, and, make it your event venue.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Make it the main event venue and create so much. I mean, if you start to think about it, when you start doing these things at home like this, there's so much to be done there. Really, there's nothing to complain.
Right.
To say I have to do something at home, well, it's endless. I
Right.
mean, the possibilities if you utilize your whole home, your backyard, your
Yeah.
people have patios, people have, as you said, different sections of the home, utilizing it to its best.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, because everybody's home, everybody's
Yeah.
staying home,
Yeah.
and nobody's really venturing out. Not doing big
Sure.
venues or hotels or whatnot. So, I mean, hopefully one day everything will go back to normal. But yeah, I mean, you're at home, you make the best of it.
Yeah.
What can you do?
I would.
And it not only just since you're stuck at home, it kind of lets you've seen the same space every day. Almost feels like Groundhog Day sometimes, right?
Right.
So
Change it up.
Yeah, change it up. Do something really cool and really fun, and you can design something really amazing.
Yeah, and you can
So-
take it as little as, like she said, just a couple of friends coming over and y'all are just socializing, a nice little lunch, all the
Yeah.
way up to actually creating a big theme.
Yeah.
But the idea is whatever you do, I'm learning today, whatever you do, make sure you start from the beginning to the end
Yeah.
and creating that presentation and planning. And, even when, like you said, the invitations that go out all the way to the end, follow it up.
Yeah.
And don't make it, don't be lazy. So what do you think? First day on the mic, doing it as a host, what do you think?
Yeah, it's fun.
I mean,
Yeah, we're gonna have
natural. Look at this lady. What are we talking about here? We're going to have some fun. So, well, what we tell everybody, make sure you register for September 8th.
Yes.
That's going to be our fun. You're going to learn a lot more on virtual large-scale events. You get your free gift. You'll have some fun with us, and many more to come. But go to www.eventsbycache.com. Register today. Today's your day. And we'll see you next Tuesday. Have a great day.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
Hey there, Texas.